Hey there, everybody. Pete here from Comic Book Geezers. Welcome to another edition of the show, and the co-captain over here, as always.
I am Wild Bill, the Unknown Comic. How you doing, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Geezers. We are going to do recent acquisitions. This is like, what, issue 10?
Something like that.
Episode
we
10,
buy way too much comics, boy, I tell you. But yeah, so this is basically stuff that we've either ordered online or got from
comic shops
or our online vendors, or Bill and I both bought some stuff from an actual viewer of the channel.
Sea of Tranquility.
Sea of Tranquility, and here at Comic Book Geezers. So
he watches this show too?
He watches this show too. So Chuck, thank you very much. So we got some stuff. We got some stuff to show off here. Stuff we've accumulated over the last couple weeks.
I got a bunch of stuff. It looks like more than you over there.
Yeah, I could have brought more, but
I tried to curve it back. I weeded out all my horror comic books.
Saving that for another day.
Yeah, I think the Fiend should present those with you. Yep. I'm gonna have to talk with him and see what he says.
Yeah, he's always a dick to me, but I figure I'll allow him to come
dick to all mankind.
Yeah, he doesn't.
What can you do? He's a fiend.
He gives me a hard time all the time. All right, so why don't you show a five? Will you show a five at a clip, 5 in a row or something like that?
I'll start off with these two right off the
4
bat.
Or whatever.
Issue 26 and 28 of Doctor Strange. I'm only going to the first 36 issues.
How long did that go for?
He went into the 80s, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Or 70s or 80s.
Not quite 100.
No, I think he went as far as the 80s, I think.
Okay.
But I'm stopping at 36 or 35, I think. I think I got 35 from you, or 27, one of them from you.
I had a double. Yeah.
But I just need issues in the single digits. I need issue 8. I think I need a couple others.
Do you have those couple issues where he's fighting Dracula?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great.
I needed these two, and I needed issue 8. And maybe issue... That was it, I think. I needed issue 1. I think I just need issue 8 now, and I'll have the first 35. But I needed these, and these were a little... I don't know, these were a little bit more pricey. I don't know what the deal was, but these were a little bit more expensive than the other ones. But I finally got a hold of them. So issues 26 and 28.
I don't remember if Gene Colan was still doing the art at that point in time, but, I mean, we always...
This is a Frank Brunner cover? Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, yeah, because he did the covers from time to time, yeah.
That don't look like Colan or Brunner.
Yeah, I'm not sure who did that. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Anyway.
But we always talk about how great Gene Colan was in the Tomb of Dracula series. But yeah, we fail to recognize his great artwork in the Doctor Strange book as well.
He did the older ones in the 60s, right?
Some of those? He did some of those as well, yep. Do a couple more.
All right,
I did 4 at a time, or whatever you got.
I went and did Moon Knight Special Edition. They did 3 issues. So...
I love that purple. That pinky purple in the background. That looks
I saw
great.
somebody post this on Facebook, and I was like, wow, I didn't know they did a special edition. Real good. I'm a Moon Knight fan, so I was like, I'll get all 3 of them. Why not? So number 2... Bill Sienkiewicz. Am I saying it right?
I think so, yeah.
And number 3. And these are like from 1982, 1983, I think. So, but again, great covers.
Yes, indeed. All right, so I got 4... I bought a lot more, but I just figured I didn't want to do a ton of Avengers. So here, Avengers number 48. The Resurrection of the Black Knights. This is, some might consider this somewhat of a key issue. Very, very cool.
Is that after he died and came back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's very, very cool. And here we have, how cool is this? We've got Magneto in the Avengers, right? We're not in the Avengers, but in the Avengers book. And of course, here, as he's kind of like the puppeteer over Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch, the two... siblings there. And then how about issue? That's issue number 48 and 49. So now we'll jump up to 54, the New Masters of Evil. Okay.
Masters of Evil.
So we've got the Black Panther and Hawkeye and Giant Man going against this whole, and we, of course we got the Black Knight coming in through the back, but the New Masters of Evil team. We got the Top and Claw, and I forget these other guys' names. But very, very cool. And then this one, issue number 55. This is a great battle issue. It's, so many of these classic John Buscema covers here right around this time with the battles here.
Very cool.
Yeah, so good stuff there.
I went with Avengers 147, which I just recently picked up. And Issue 99. I only have 4 issues below 100, and here's my 4th one now. But
bad Hawkeye costume alert. That is a. I'm trying to think who did the cover artwork for that. That is a. Is that Neil Adams? Let me see. Turn that around a second. That might be a Neil Adams cover. I'm not sure. It's either Neil Adams. Barry Windsor Smith did a couple covers right around that era too. And that's one of the two, I think. From that,
not John Buscema.
I don't know. It might be. Yeah, because the Hercules looks like John Buscema. Yeah, I don't know.
Giant size Spider-Man number 2.
Yeah.
Now I just need number 4, which is the one with the Punisher. I have the other 6. I mean, that would the other 5. I got 5 out of 6 now, but I needed this one. So yeah, I was happy with this one. And
Spidey and Shang-Chi.
Yeah, they go against each other and then team up. What else is new?
What always happens, right?
Spider-Man. I don't know if I've shown this off before, but this is now the oldest Spider-Man in my collection, issue 54. Nice. I picked this up a few months ago, actually, maybe the beginning of the summer. I don't think I've shown it off, so here you go.
Classic issue.
Speaking of classic, I've always wanted this one for a long time. Just got it last month. Issue 71. I just love the fact that Quicksilver is fighting Spider-Man. It's a great idea. I thought that was great. I always liked this cover.
Love that cover. Yeah, that's absolutely classic.
I remember I first saw this from your collection one time when you were showing. I was like, if I wanted to, and I had no sub 100 issues at the time. This would be the only one for me. This would be like a personal holy grail kind of thing for me. I just love the concept of him fighting somebody who's faster than him. I got some more Spider-Mans, but I'll let you...
Go ahead.
Yeah? Hey, Chuck. Thanks a lot. That's all I'm going to say. I had the Marvel Tales version of this that I bought last year, so now I've got the original. And it's a little bit subtle differences, and I didn't bring out the Marvel Tales version to show it off, but it's almost like it's been cut and pasted in a little different way. It's almost like he's hanging off the edge of the building a little bit more.
Right.
The lizard.
All those sub 100 issues featuring the lizard are just dynamite. That's a great issue.
First appearance of the Prowler. Very, very cool.
Gets my vote for one of the coolest villains that just was not given enough airtime.
Yeah.
I mean, the 2 issues?
He's in 2 issues. He shows up again on 93.
Yeah.
But he decides he's leaning on the fence. Do I become a good guy or a bad guy? And he seems like takes forever to become a hero and build up your reputation, but you can just get into this shit if you're a villain right away, and that's what he chooses to be, the villain. Great concept.
And that's a perfect example of why Johnny Romita is one of my favorite artists of all time.
Yeah,
he's definitely a top 5 guy for me.
Yeah.
I love those Spider-Man covers. They're just so good.
This is where he belongs. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I got this one. I needed this one because I had 103, but I didn't have 104. But it was a little bit more pricey because of Kraven.
Yeah.
And
Kazar. So that's very cool. Kraven and Kazar in the same issue. Very, very cool.
So I kept holding out, and then I was like, it's not coming down, so I might as well buy it. And in doing so, now I have every Spider-Man from issue 103 to 300. Got them all. So I needed that one. So I was happy to get it finally.
All right, so how about a little Tales of Suspense featuring Iron Man and Captain America, issue number 81. So here you got...
who's that on the table?
That is the Titanium Man.
Okay.
All right. And so very cool. Interesting how the Titanium Man is given basically the... the cover's all him. You got this little picture of Iron Man in the bottom. It's all about the Titanium Man, which is kind of neat. And here you have Tales of Suspense number 84, so Cap against the Super Adaptoid. Super Adaptoid, another great villain of the 60s that popped up all over the place, who could adapt to all the different powers of the Avengers or whoever. And then let's move over to Tales to Astonish. So this is issue number 88. Great shape, this book right here. And that's, of course, Namor.
Really sharp.
So Namor and the Hulk sharing the issue here.
Now let's go back to Adaptoid.
Yes.
Kind of like an absorbing man.
Yeah, I mean, basically, except he, instead of absorbing things that he touches, he absorbs, kind of like the Super Skrull too.
Okay.
Absorbing the powers. So of course you can see here he kind of looks like Hawkeye. He kind of looks like Giant Man. He's big. He's got Cap characteristics here. He's got the wings of the Wasp or Ant-Man, whatever, one of the two. So kind of like a mix of
but he's after the origin of Absorbing Man, right? Would you say?
Jesus, it's probably
That's a good
around
question.
the same time. It's a good question. Yeah, it's a 12 center, so the other one was as well. And I would say
Yes.
Would the Super Skrull predate all of them? I don't even know. I'd have to go back and look.
Anyway,
I'm not
it's
really
interesting
sure.
how they did a parallel villain that's kind of similar to the Absorbing Man.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, what else you got there?
All right, so we got Iron Man number 8, of course, battling the Gladiator,
Yes.
the original Gladiator, not the Gladiator from the 80s and 90s, but this is the original Gladiator. Love that, and then I was very happy to get this one. So number 11, this is battling the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Classic Iron Man villain right there. Probably the number 1 villain of Iron Man, I would
Yes,
say. Right?
definitely.
Yep.
I think so.
So back to Bill.
Trying to fill in some gaps that I'll never be able to afford. I went with issue 14 of the Silver Surfer because it's got Spider-Man in it. Hard one to get a hold of, kids. And if you do find it, it's minimum like $40.
Yeah, that's not too bad though. It's not bad.
So I went with $5 instead. So
I'm assuming if you see the actual issue for a good price, you
perhaps,
can snatch
yeah,
it.
I will definitely grab it. But I wanted to get other things, so I wound up getting issue 12. So now between the reprints, and this is obviously a different background color than the original.
And the original cover has the Watcher on the front, not the Watcher, the Stranger. Why do I always mix those two up? I've done that like 5 times already. Yeah.
First Mephisto.
There you go.
Finally got a hold of it. They reprinted the original Silver Surfers in 1979, called it Fantasy Masterpieces. But the Silver Surfer original series went 18 issues. This only goes 14. It's like, I don't know why they stopped.
I wonder which ones they
didn't do the last 4.
Yeah, that's kind of lame.
So I got issue 1 recently. I ordered this one and issue 12 together online, and then when I pulled the trigger to buy them, somebody bought this. It got taken out of my cart, so I had to reorder again. But now I have the first issue of the Silver Surfer finally.
Weren't you doing an auction like a year or 2 ago on Silver Surfer number 1 for like a week? Was that Silver
Yeah,
Surfer?
something like that. But it went up over $100,
right,
and I was at work. And I had a shitty internet connection with my phone at work. It was like
you
it was in a
were
black hole.
texting me. It's like I'm number 2. I think I got.
And then by the deadline, it's like where I used to work, there was this black hole with cell phones. So you'd be lucky if you could get through on a text. You couldn't get any internet. And I was like, how can I put bids in when I can't even connect?
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to go through work's Wi-Fi so they can watch my business. So I wasn't doing that. Oh, you're surfing the web instead of working? Is that what you're doing?
It's like, no, I'm trying to buy Silver Surfer number 1.
Shut
Damn
up.
it.
Leave me alone. So, I forgot to give this to you and Kirk when you did the XMen issues.
No.
But I picked up issue 150 because it's issue 150.
Cool.
Anniversary kind of issue. Double size, battling Magneto. Storm is leading the team, going against him.
Yep.
Then I picked up a bunch of Daredevils. A lot of them. Over time, this is now the oldest Daredevil in my collection. I just picked this up last month, so
That's a good one.
very cool.
Fighting the owl on there. Right?
Yeah. So I'll let you go do a couple others. I'll just keep
All right.
All
right, I got a
here.
handful of X-Men's that I just picked
Ooh.
up. Now, these are very cool. So issue 30 through 34. So here you have them going against the Warlock. So obviously not Adam Warlock, but
Before his time.
Before his time, right? So that's very, very cool. And then, of course, the Cobalt Man.
Yes.
The Cobalt Man from the
Hulk.
Hulk, right? Yeah. So I
He
believe
looks
this
a lot
is
different there.
He totally does. And I think this is the first appearance of the Cobalt Man, if I'm not mistaken.
That's awesome.
So these are pretty desirable books right here. So here,
yes.
Number 32, not the first appearance of the Juggernaut, but I believe the second appearance of the Juggernaut. I'm a big fan of the Juggernaut. He's one of my favorite villains of all time, and very, very cool stuff here. And then continuing on, Doctor Strange makes an appearance here as well. Still battling the Juggernaut.
Really
issue
cool.
number 33, and then issue number 34.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this is all like vintage X-Men stuff right there.
I got another Daredevil for you. Number 44.
Ah, yes, with the Joker. I'm sorry, I mean the Jester.
Yes. I had issue 45, 46, 47. I think I have issue 42. And so I needed this one, so I was glad to grab it.
I was talking to someone recently, and they said that in their opinion, that Daredevil had the worst villains in like the sub 100 issues.
Yeah. Corny
They're
villains.
kind of corny.
Yes.
I mean, there's a few of them that are pretty good.
I had this book for years from my friend Joe without a cover.
Then now you have it with.
We were at a con a few years ago, and some dude wanted $70 for this book. And I was like, wow, 70?
And what'd you get it for? Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got it for $7. I had to wait. But
It's a good condition, too.
Yeah, it's normally about $20.
And there's really
the reason
there's
why,
no reason for it to be $70.
The reason why this one was $7, there was actually a sticker, like a price sticker on here, and I peeled it off, and I was careful, and I was like, hey, it's not pulling the cover apart, it's not tearing the paper, so keep going. And that's what that little stain is. But there was an actual sticker on that. But I'm glad I got it off.
I will say, I love this little icon logo of Daredevil here much more than that one.
Than this one?
Than that one. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is the famous one in that time period, but I always love the other one.
This is 86.
With the Billy Club.
And then
that one sucks.
This one?
I'm not a fan of that one, no.
The circle? With the circle radar?
Yeah, I'm not
around
a
his
fan.
head?
I'm not a fan. I like that one a lot.
Okay.
But this is the one that they use for
this is 86. Years. I had 87 and 89, so I had to get 88. And I have 90 and 91. I need like 4 issues in the 90s to finish off the 90s.
Gil Kane alert there. You got the Purple Man, iconic villain.
And this is the last of my Daredevils, issue 146. So now I have all the 140s. I just need 158, the first Frank Miller.
I need 4 more issues to complete the first 100.
That's amazing.
But of course, it's the most expensive ones.
Yeah, number 1 through 4, right?
Well, I have number 2. I need number 1, 4, and 5, and like 7 or something like that. Yeah, the one
what
was
else
fighting
over there?
All right, so now let's move over to DC Comics here. So how about some classic Mr. Miracle, Jack Kirby? So here's number 6.
Oh, cool.
All right, and these are just great. What a cool character,
And
escape artist.
Did he do this run and stop somewhere along the way?
He did, yeah. I believe it was like in the mid-teens or something like that. And then they had someone else take it over like a couple of years later, and it really wasn't the same. But the Kirby run, just so good. Really unique character. I mean, Kirby was just coming up with all this really cool stuff during the
his
early
art is
70s.
amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's so classic comic book.
Yep.
He's very good at depicting action. Way better than me.
I won't argue that one.
No, you can't.
So here, this is issue number 15.
Actually, he's art and I'm doodle. That's what it is.
There you go.
Hope you guys have been watching.
Yes.
My artwork.
If you missed the last couple episodes, Bill has been debuting all this great Wild Bill artwork here.
Yeah, I had a lot of free time.
It's going to be worth a lot of money.
We haven't been together in over a month for taping episodes. Yeah. So I went with Conan number 13. I needed that.
Good.
So now I just need number 15, and I'll have all the teens, I believe. Conan 72. My run stops at 71, so now I will try and collect the first 6 years of Conan and call it a day. But yeah, issue 72. So I needed that.
I think I made a statement a couple of weeks ago, I think, on our Comic Book Geezers Facebook page about Conan, and I said I only need a handful more to have all the first 75 issues.
Now you want the 100.
And our buddy Scott Berry was like, no, but you got to keep going because there's some great issues up until 100, and in the early 100s, I'm like, Scott, I didn't need to hear that. I'm like, damn. Because they're not expensive. I mean, you can literally get like a lot of those.
I went with a Treasury edition.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a classic Kurt. So speaking of Kirby covers, man, look at that.
And it's the only Captain America Treasury edition.
I had that one
out
as
there.
a kid. I don't know why did I get.
I've seen this at a flea market when I first started buying comics back in 2016. There was one guy that had this for $15, and I never because I was buying most of them for like 10 at the time when I started collecting again. And I never went and asked the guy. He had one of the Wizard of Oz as well. And he had this one. But he wanted $15 for it. And I just thought it was a little high. I wound up getting it for 10. So I was glad I stuck to my guns.
$10 is a good price.
Yeah. I thought, if I could have asked the guy for 15, he might have haggled with me. But I just never asked him. And then he left. His booth was gone after like a year. But I always saw this on display.
And this one has newer stories in it, right? It's not all reprints?
Yes, it's all new stories. Kirby did it all. He drew, wrote, and edited this one again.
Which was not the norm for these Treasury editions.
And then, I've seen this one many times, 3 times. Well, for the 3rd time, I was like, I gotta buy it. The first 2 times I saw this book at cons, people wanted $25.
Spoiler alert, biggest mismatch of the century.
Yes.
Even more so than the Spider-Man versus Superman, in my opinion.
Or that Batman fights Superman movie.
Yeah, that too.
But I've seen this and passed on it twice because it was $25, and I was like, it's got to be cheaper somewhere. But I finally found it, and 2 years later, I'm like, you know what? This guy wants $25, so I might as well buy it.
I'll just get it.
Yeah, so I did. But it's so damn thin.
Yeah, I could tell it's not like...
It's like 1980. This was made in 1981, but I'm a big Hulk fan, and I like Batman. But this is like 100 pages.
Yeah, the old Marvel ones were definitely...
Yeah, hold that thick. The way I'm holding this. You see how paper thin that is?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, this is probably like no more than like...
Kind of a letdown, but because it's you're never going to see that again, I was like, am I going to go another 3 years before I see this? And this was in great shape, and so were the other two. But I was like, you know what? It's time to stop being a herpspian and just buy it. So I did. I jumped on it.
So there are people who are probably watching right now that are like, what the fuck is a herpspian?
Cheapskate or a dirtbag. Those are two definitions of a herpspian.
He's been using that word
for a long time.
Like 30 plus years.
If you ever go to Walmart, you can find a lot of herpspians if you go to Walmart. If you don't,
sorry, if you like to shop at Walmart, we may not be talking about it.
They can sue me if they want. I ain't got any money. It's just what I noticed, what I see. There's a lot of herpspians out there.
There you go.
Especially at Walmart. So I see you got some Planet of the Apes magazines. Oops.
Yes.
So we're doing magazines? Go ahead.
Magazines. So
go ahead.
Here we got, of course, Kirk came on the show a couple months ago and was showing off all these glorious Planet of the Apes black and white magazines.
And then you bought them and it wasn't who you thought.
No, they're great. And it's got Mike Plug artwork on the inside and these, I forget who.
I thought these are the Plugs or the...
These are the Plugs, yes. Yeah.
I thought you were showing the Plugs you didn't.
No, those are the regular color comics.
I thought you were going to show the Fool Plugs.
Oh, yeah.
The
regular color comics are okay. They're pretty good. But, man, this has got the Plug artwork on the inside, most of them anyway. I forget who did the cover. It wasn't Plug who drew the covers, but the covers are amazing.
Yeah.
And so I picked up a bunch of these. They were fairly affordable. So that's
and how many of the Planet of the Apes did they do in this magazine?
It went like into the either upper teens or into the 20s. Okay. Something like that. So I got like.
And this was published quarterly, I'm assuming?
I think so, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're doing 4 issues a year?
Number 8.
So if they went into the teens, this mag went at least 4 years, 4 to 5 years?
Something like that.
I like that cover.
Yeah, it's number 11. Yeah, great covers on these. Artwork on the inside is just amazing. And here's number 2.
Number 2.
Kind of out of order. Yeah, I didn't get the first one. The first one was pretty pricey, so I held off on that right now. And here's number 3. I mean, just look at that. It's beautiful stuff.
Very cool.
Marvel did a great job on these black and white magazines. Oh, I mean, no matter what they were.
on the inside?
Yeah, it's all good stuff, and a lot of it
different from the movies, or
some of them follow the movies. There's some new stuff as well, but just a lot. Just Marvel is just doing a lot of really great stuff with these magazines at the time. Whether it be what Bill's going to show you, or the Vampire Tales, or Tales of Dracula, or all that kind of stuff.
Tales of the Zombie. I don't have any of these, and we went to a comic shop, and Kirk was like, "Hey, did you see the Tales of the Zombies?" And I didn't buy any.
The Bill was out in the street. It's like, "Oh, I better get back in there."
So I went back a week later without these guys to get some of these. So they had a few to pick from, but a lot of them weren't such great. They had the first one, but it had like a stamp of like the Brooklyn Library. I was like, I can't get it. And it was like $6, but I was like, it's got a stamp on it. So. Yeah. I'll hold off. But I don't have any. So this is the first Tales of Zombie in my collection. And then as I was sifting through the pile, I saw this one, which was the first annual. But Tales of the Zombie only went 11 issues?
If that, yeah.
Right? Maybe 9? 9 to 11?
Yeah, something like that.
And so this is an annual. And you have the anthology reprints
of the omnibus,
which you let me borrow a couple of years ago.
They're great, and I the only reason I bought that is because these are so hard to find. But the problem is when you buy the omnibus, the anthology, is you don't get all these glorious covers.
Yeah. They do reproduce them inside.
They do, but it's not the same as holding.
Yeah, they're not in color; they're black and white.
Right.
They should do that.
In color. That other one, that other issue. I mean, look at that. That's just. I mean, that's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
And I'm not going to do it, but if you open these up. The inside cover and the inside back cover, you could take this. They actually made it as a giant poster. If you took this cover off this magazine, you could post it up as a pinup. But I'm sure people did that because they're great. Yeah. They're really awesome. And
these stories are fantastic.
Yeah, and it was funny because I had just read that book within the past 2 years, so I still need to finish reading this, but I've read like one story. I read all the stories out of this one, but it was a flashback. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this story because it's all that omnibus is from issue 1 to the end.
Yeah,
where you read it in sequence. Right.
I think the omnibus also collected the one story that was in like the one of the other monster magazines because they had a zombie storyline in one of the other magazines. So I think
it's funny that you said monster magazine.
Here we go.
Because I'm going to give you a little treat, kids. I'm going to do some more artwork for you because you keep asking for it. I figured I'd do Tales of Shara from Comic Book Geezers. This is issue number 6. Still affordable at 2 cents.
And for those of you who don't know, Tales of Shara, what does Shara mean?
It's a combination of shock and horror.
At the same time.
It's a blooper word that came up when we were taping The Fiend. So I figured, why not do a horror book of Tales of Shara? Now, the L is supposed to be like a cleaver or an axe.
There you go.
But it was hard to draw that. Tales of Shara. And it's like, think I'll cut me some hag. And she's like, it's like, what's it? It's not safe to walk the road at night.
Pull it back a little bit so everybody can see the whole thing. There you go.
Right? What's that say? It's not safe to walk the road at night.
So that guy there, that creature, that whatever, it almost looks like the Fiend from your Iron Man one with a purple suit.
No, he was in green.
Was he in green? No, but I'm saying he's got a purple suit here. But
he's got purples and blue pants.
Right, but it looks like the same guy. Except
you want to hold that?
I can hold that.
He's got a knife?
Yeah. So
did I give him 6 fingers?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 6 fingers.
That's my new thing.
Man, you couldn't have drawn a sexier looking lady in distress? Woo.
She was hard to draw. Oh, I taped it to the fridge. This ain't gonna be easy. I want to rip it. Fuck. Oh, well. I'm not taking it off.
All right. Well, it almost looks like the same guy, except here he's got this purple outfit. For those of you
who don't have a gun,
yeah, true.
Go back to our favorite and least favorite Iron Man artist.
Yes, and you'll
to see the.
And it was hanging up on the back on the.
Yeah, but I ripped it when I took it off of that, so I taped it back there. I got it taped to my fridge, gang.
Yeah, you got to get all these out and put them on display somewhere. It's like
I tried to post one of them on our Comic Book Geezers Facebook page, and it said, "Please try again." I don't know. Am I being censored, man? I don't know, man. I tried to post that Iron Man one. It wouldn't let me.
No.
Weird. Maybe you can take pictures with your phone and post them.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Since you're the creator. But yeah, Tales of Shara.
So this is issue number 6.
Yeah, she's on the road.
Still only 2 cents? Yes.
Still only 2 cents. But Tales of Shara. So that's for you kids.
Now you're...
Oh! And now you're probably wondering, Wild Bill, how do you come up with these awesome ideas? Well, you got to do a storyboard first, kids. Here's the storyboard. I actually used it as background. I put this underneath when I started drawing it. So this is what my original idea was. It kind of looks like an evil Mr. Bill.
Oh, kitties! Yeah. Welcome to the Mr. Bill Show!
Now, what else did I do? Did you see the Hulk drawing that I did a few issues ago? I forgot to show you the storyboard for my Hulk.
Here you go. The reindeer.
See, this is a major improvement from the Hulk, but this is a story concept. So you got a storyboard and then the real McCoy.
There you go.
All right, kids. You got more than you bargained for today. I hope you don't want your money back. You ain't getting it.
So what are we up to? Issue 6 now? Yeah. I actually think you need to do a spin-off. So
I did number 5, but I'm not airing it because it's politically incorrect.
Yeah. So,
we'll have to get the audience vote on that one. Should I tell them what it is? No.
You can talk. Yeah. You can.
I did a drawing of my concept of the first gay superhero. And
it's funny. It's meant to be funny. It's not meant to be,
It's not meant to be. What do you call?
But we know that
Yeah, you can't say anything anymore without offending somebody. One time I said liberal, and some guy said I went on a liberal rant, a ridiculous rant. I was like, really? I didn't remember ever getting political on this show.
So we held off on issue number 5. So issue number 5 is going to be the unreleased. Unpublished issue that's going to be out there somewhere. So if you really want to see it,
and the ironic thing is, I have a couple gay friends that I'm really good friends with, and they were the ones that said, you don't do any drawings of any gay superheroes. I'm like, I didn't know there was one. They're like, well, you should draw one. So I did it, and I showed them, and they laughed like hell, and they said I was an asshole. So, but they liked it. They didn't get offended, but I'm like, I can't air this, man. But I have some friends who approve of it, but we wanted to see what you guys think. But
Yeah. So let us know if you want to see it. We'll show it. So that's
but
right.
I
now,
don't want to
that's the
hear any
post.
complaining after I show it. That's why I'm not showing it because, and it's nothing offensive. But
No.
people get bent about anything you say.
Yeah.
So I just, with my friends in mind, I kind of did a spoof for them.
It's all
It was
meant to
kind
be
of-
in fun.
It was, and they liked it. So if they were mad and offended, then I would have ripped it up. But they approved. They gave me thumbs up.
So what do we have? So we have Comic Book Geezers #1 featuring the invisible Iron Man.
Yes.
We've got #2 is the Incredible
Hulk.
The Hulk.
I spelled that one wrong.
Yes, and we've got #3.
Here,
In case you missed it. #3 is with the Fiend.
#3.
Got the collection of favorite
Number
covers
4.
here. #4 is
Tales of Wood.
Tales of Wood, or the Adventures of Wood, actually.
Yes, the Adventures of Wood. I'm sorry, Tales of Shar.
Tales of Shar. So here's my suggestion. So Tales of Shar is going to be really popular. So popular that I think Comic Book Geezers Publishing Company needs to give it its own series. So you're going to have to do Tales of Shar issue #1.
Yes.
Or whatever.
6A.
With
I wanted to
6A.
show you guys my Christmas present.
I think Bill just wants to show everybody his ass.
No. Because you guys are like, it's kind of hard to show. I got a Christmas present from Mom and Dad, so I wanted to show it off. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Even our parents know we love comic books,
Yes.
so we get comic book. I was just telling him that the kids got me a Godzilla blanket.
Oh,
How cool is that, right? So you
have to wear that next
superhero
time.
sweats. I get the Godzilla blanket. I'll bring it next time. I'll put it over my.
We'll wrap it around both of
Yeah,
us.
there
It's
you
big
go.
enough.
So
Anyway, it's time to go, kids. I need to eat dinner. So
that's right.
it's been a long day here taping shows, but it's good to be back. Thank you as always for being here. We appreciate your comments, your subscriptions, your support, and hit that notification bell so you can be kept in the loop every time we do a new video. And we thank you as always for your comments and being here. We know you love this comics as much as we do. So
That's right.
thank you again. We'll see you next time.
See you next time with favorite covers of the Avengers. Take care,
Yeah.
guys. I'm Pete.
I'm Bill. Bye.